Hey guys, welcome to Wednesday. The camera doesn't have much battery life left, which I didn't realize before we left, but Giselle and I, we had to clean the car off this morning. As you saw, there was a very thick layer of ice on top of all the snow, like the foot of snow we got had a thick layer of ice on top. So it's really hard to clean off, and our hands were completely numb and made Giselle late for work. Her work started at 9. My work actually told us we could come in at 10, because they're like waiting for all the roads to get salted, but all the roads are pretty much fine, so I'm here a little bit early. I'm not sure if they're even going to open the doors until 10, but they might open the doors a little bit early. But until they actually open the doors, I'm going to start sitting and reading this, New York 2140 by Kim Stanley Robinson. So the camera died earlier. As I mentioned, it was probably going to. What I was trying to say was Giselle had work at 9. My work said I could start at 10, even though when I got there around 9:30, most people were starting to come in. I only got to read for a little bit before I started to realize that I could actually go in and work. So I worked. They asked us to stay a little bit later, so since we got there a little bit late. So Giselle worked until like 3:30-ish, and then I gave her the car, and then we took me back to work, and then she went to the grocery store and got lots of stuff, and then I was back at work until like an hour after I usually get off work. So it all worked out well, except for now I'm really, really tired. And I feel like sleeping, and I might have to just do that and then wake up really early tomorrow. I have no idea yet. But we got something. Can you guess what this is? It's a present from my parents, our parents, her parents-in-law. This is another lovely package from Omaha Steaks that my parents have gifted to us. If you remember, several months ago on the vlog, they also sent us one of these. It was like right before they actually came and visited us. So I guess it was like October. And all that stuff that they sent us was really good. And they actually ended up sending us a lot of the same stuff this time around as well. But we actually didn't have to get too much at the grocery store, because this is going to be when our dinners are for a little while. It would be nice. Thank you to my mom and dad very much for sending this to us. We really appreciate it. Came in one of these coolers again. And and all these things come in like nice little boxes. So
yeah, so these are the ground beef burgers.
Okay, ground beef burgers, and we actually got some burger buns to have these with today at the store. And this is like, I guess, a list of stuff that they have, and then some other random crap. And then, all right, so this does not say what it is. This is stuffed baked potatoes, which sounds pretty cool.
Yum.
We'll have to take everything out of these boxes so we can actually fit them in our freezer, because our freezer can absolutely not handle this many boxes.
Oh,
wow.
whoa.
That's pretty cool looking. What the heck?
It's like cheese, and this is the potato half.
It's so interesting. We'll see how they are, I guess. We'll have to eat those soon.
They look really pretty, actually. Yeah. I like them.
We'll have to eat those soon. Yeah. And, I mean, our freezer is usually pretty stuffed with food. We usually do a pretty good job of having lots of food here and whatnot. Gourmet Franks, which is lovely. Beef tenderloin steaks. Awesome. Caramel apple tartlets, which we got last time as well, which were really, really good. And then these are pork chops, I believe, right?
Yes.
Pork loin chops, boneless. So it was very unexpected. My parents, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the other day, I got an email from Omaha Steaks saying that my parents had sent us a gift, and to expect it arriving at some point in the near future. They actually said it was going to come yesterday, but the snowstorm happened. And yeah, and they had this like giant block of ice in here. Ah, that's really cold. That hurt. That was so cold. Oh my gosh, ow. Okay, so once again, thank you very much to my parents.
Yeah, these are gonna be all freaking amazing.
It's always good, just like, you know, it just feels really nice to have such great parents that'll help us eat, just get us food, because obviously we do need help with that sometimes, and it's very appreciated. Thank you so much.
Yes, it is. Thanks.
And yeah, obviously to have such delicious food is also very awesome. And now we got to try to fit this all in our freezer right now. So let's just.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. So I'm not going in to sleep just yet, although I probably will very soon, because, well, last night I just did not sleep very well at all. I'm not even sure how much sleep I got, but I had a very hard time falling asleep. And it wasn't just the interview and how that all went and stuff, and I still haven't heard back from Ada Palmer yet. And it kind of sucks. I don't really know what else to do. I don't know if she just hasn't seen it yet or what, or if it's actually going to happen, if a redo is actually going to happen. I really hope it will, but I haven't heard back yet. And so last night I was trying to fall asleep, and I was just having a really hard time falling asleep because of that, but also because of some other things that have just been on my mind a lot recently, about a lot of different things, about taking control over my stress levels, taking control over my ability to get things done, and just trying to find a better balance in my head, and just like I couldn't fathom a way to properly do that, and Giselle and I have talked, and we've kind of come up with some solutions, and we'll be talking to you more about that in the future, like within probably the next few days or so. We'll talk more about a few things that are very important for us to talk about with you, but for now, I just wanted to mention real quick before I do go off to bed and catch up on sleep a little bit. I did today watch a movie called Get Out. I found it and watched it, and I heard really good things about it. And it's a movie directed by Jordan Peele from the duo Key and Peele. I never really watched anything with them in it before. I mean, I've seen them both separately in things, and I've seen them together in a couple things as well, but I never really followed much about them at all. But then one of them, he made this movie, Get Out, recently. It just came out very recently. It's like a horror, somewhat comedy-ish kind of movie, but mostly horror, and it's really, really good. I heard amazing things about it from many different people. It has an amazing rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Most people seem to really like it a lot, and it is really good, and I really liked it. I just had to say that. I had to put that out there. If you do like horror-ish movies, you might enjoy this one, Get Out, because it is very good. And I was really unique and really fun, and I really liked the music in it. Especially, there's like a theme. I actually went and looked up the theme on. I went and looked up the theme on YouTube, like immediately after finishing it, because it was just like, it's so haunting. The theme is just, it was great, and in general, the acting was really, really good, and the story was really built up kind of slowly over time. You kind of get these little nuanced bits of dialogue, or just things that kind of inform the atmosphere, and the atmosphere really builds up really heavily as time goes on, and you really get this sense of like foreboding, and just like really something is off about the whole situation. And yeah, I don't want to say too much about it. I was thinking about doing a review on it for my channel. I might do that, maybe try to do that this weekend. I have no idea if I'm going to have time to get it up anytime soon, though, so I'm not sure if I feel like doing that. I just wanted to make sure I at least mentioned it here, that it's a good movie. Anyway, I think I'm going to go to sleep very soon, but I do want to do a couple things before I actually do that.
So it's about 10 o'clock now. Chris went to bed right after we opened up the package, but since we did get home from work so late, even though we did open it as soon as we got home, pretty much it was like already 7:30, so he's been asleep for actually a decent amount of time now that I think about it. But I was in there for a little bit, but I always feel really bad when I'm not tired enough to fall asleep, because it's like, yes, I want to be in there and cuddling with him, but at the same time I toss and turn so much that I'm waking him up about every 15, 20 minutes, and I just feel really bad when I do that. So I've been out here on the couch. I've had a stomach ache since, I don't know, a few hours, like maybe 4-ish or 5. I have not been feeling well, so I've just been laying out on the couch, and my neck hurts too, and yeah, just laying here trying to let my stomach settle and try to feel better. And I've just been watching YouTube videos while I do that, because, you know, I've also been playing on my 3DS a bit, playing some Animal Crossing, and that's about it for what I've been doing, just because I haven't been feeling fantastic. But work went well again today, and they're already giving me, I guess, stuff to do that they wouldn't normally give like most of the people there to do, just because they know that I'll do it efficiently, and my brain will catch patterns and things like that, and also notice when things are off. And I was doing that when I was like going through the biography section on Monday. I was catching things that were wrong, like mislabeled, or the wrong author, or there was even a book that had the wrong name printed on the tag, and I was catching those things and pulling them out and asking her if they needed to be changed. So I wasn't just pulling them out and being like, these are wrong, fix them, but I'd pull them out, ask her opinion, and then put them back. And then we'd decide if they needed to be changed or if they didn't. And so she ended up changing like everything that I pulled out except for one thing I pulled out just really quick and was like, I'm just curious about this one. I'm not sure, like, I wasn't expecting her to change it possibly. And then she was like, no, that one's okay. So there was like only one thing that I caught that like wasn't a big enough deal to fix, and not even necessarily fix, but just change. And yeah, so I've been working on stuff, and that's been good. And she's like, oh, you're such a lifesaver being here. I can get more stuff done and things like that. So yeah, it's been going really well, and I've been enjoying it a lot, and I really look forward to working there. And it's been nice, and they're actually long days there. They're long shifts, and I also really appreciate that. I'm used to working 9-hour shifts, and the fact that I haven't really been able to work 9-hour shifts very often has been really sad. So since these are like 7 and 8 hour shifts, I'm like, oh yeah, this is totally normal, because for a while there I was working like 5 or 6 9-hour shifts every week on top of walking there for 40 minutes and stuff like that. So I was practically working like 50 to 60 hour weeks every week, including my commute. And yeah, that was a little bit overkill maybe, but having some of this and having it be so consistent and everything has just been really good for me personally. It's just been making me feel better, because I have not been feeling fantastic the past few weeks, as you can possibly tell from the vlogs. I just have not been feeling very active, but instead of like wallowing in it, I've just been trying to take time to myself to be like, you know what, it's okay. It's okay that you don't feel great, and it's okay to realize that you don't feel great and then not force yourself to try to do a bunch of things that you just don't feel up to doing. So I've been taking time to do that, and it's making me feel better, but at the same time, I'm not necessarily feeling better, if that makes sense. Like, it's making me feel better that I'm not beating myself up about it, and I've been having this conversation with my mom a lot recently. It's just that you need to get better and not being mad at yourself for things that are just sometimes out of your control. And it's okay to give yourself a break sometimes, even if it's a big break, and even if it's inconvenient to other people or whatever. Sometimes you just need to do that. So remember to do that. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit emotional. Yeah. I did not mean for this to happen. I just haven't been feeling motivated and stuff. I'm like, I feel bad for like the inconvenience that I'm putting on my wonderful husband, because I haven't been cleaning up the apartment. I haven't been doing that much, but I'm trying the best I can, and sometimes that's just all you can do, and sometimes that's enough. We've both just been really stressed out lately for a lot of things, and that's why currently vlogs are behind when this is going up, because there's just been a lot on Christopher's plate, and I don't edit the vlogs at all. And if I did, they would be a total disaster, so I don't think you guys want that. But I wish there were more ways that I could help him, but he's been really, really extremely wonderful about just letting me take the time to feel better. So, anyway, sorry, this is not the vlog I set out to make. I just kind of went there, and that's okay as well, too. So remember that if you are struggling a bit, it's okay. It is okay. And you don't have to feel bad about it. So remember that. And that's where I will leave things for today. So I'm just going to continue watching YouTube for a bit. I'm probably going to put some kind of cream on my neck so that maybe I'll be able to fall asleep, because I'm not feeling wonderful. And hopefully I feel better soon. So thank you so very much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.